Welcome back, everybody, to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7 in sports. And let's go inside the Coach's Corner once again and catch up with Southport's Brandon Winters. And, Coach, before we move on, and this is the fifth week of the IHSA football season, let's do a little bit of a fast rewind regarding the Columbus North game. And what continues to come to my mind in this game was defense. I mean, there were so many outstanding plays in that game on your defensive unit. Just a marvelous effort.
I thought the defense did a good job. The score got a little high at the end, but a lot of that was, I kind of wore down a little. We knew that would be an issue. Like, we were going through the first game fatigue and cramp stuff, and they weren't. But they definitely put us in a position to be in the game. Because it took the offense a while to get going, and they were able to kind of jump out and get a lead. We made some big plays on special teams as well that were kind of spurred on by our defense getting stopped. So, I was encouraged and proud of the way they played and the way they fought. We got to be able to finish games a little better than we did,
and especially it being such a lengthy game to stay on the field like that. That was very important.
Well, we're used to playing long games because over the last 6 or 7 years, we've thrown the ball 30-plus times. We did not expect that, but with all of the longer timeouts that have been instituted this year to give the kids time to make sure they're hydrated and sideline operations, it was a really long game. I think the overtime started at 10:30.
It did.
So it was a long game even before that, senior night and all that. But our kids did what they always done here in the last couple of minutes. They just adapted and kind of rolled with it and just did the best they could with the situation.
And to start the game the way that you did with those two key turnovers that turned into 2 touchdowns, that was huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that usually you score on special teams twice, you win. And we blocked 2 kicks. And I think that was how we were able to overcome for a while some of the issues with fatigue and experience and it being our first game. And those were really big because they really gave us an opportunity to kind of survive some of the mistakes that happened in the first game of the year for us.
And over on the offensive side, certainly in the second half, you were able to come up with some rhythms to give you some good field position.
Yeah, we probably were a little too conservative for too long. We kind of wanted to get the offense some rhythm and some confidence, and we probably should have opened it up a little sooner than we did. But when we did, they took advantage. I mean, we moved the ball. Had a couple fumbles there in the second half that kind of stalled us a little bit. But overall, I was encouraged by their ability to kind of pick it up. When the game really mattered.
Moving into tonight's game with Bishop Chatard, they're off to a good start as well, taking their only loss of last week to Cathedral, another one of the top teams in the state of Indiana. But they are primarily a running team, but they can put it in the air too.
And they threw it more last year. They're still throwing it more this year than probably people are used to. I think in watching the film, they got behind and they had to throw it more against Cathedral. But one of the things we're finding with them is that they will throw it if they need to, but you got to give them a reason. And they only attack certain areas of the field, and so we feel like if we can get them to have to throw the ball, we've got a good plan for how to make stops and how to take advantage of that. Watching film, you had Chatard in shotgun, empty formation, and inside the 5-yard line. I never thought I would see that in my entire life. Okay, but we saw it in the film last week, and we've got a plan to stop the game. But ultimately, we've got to stop the run first and make them beat us throwing the ball.
Obviously so, and we continue to look at special teams. Your punting and your kicking game has been really, really good, I think.
Yeah, it has. Turk did a great job punting the ball. I think he averaged like 44 yards a punt. He was placing the ball where we wanted him to. Part of the success we had was he was kicking balls that were hard to field, and the punt returner was just real unsure. And then Angel Castillo, I think he dropped the ball within a foot of where I told him to all night long. We kind of mess with people on those kicks, and again, that was part of our defensive success. You mentioned is they were always in a good spot on the field to defend after we punted or kicked. So those two did a great job for us.
Wish you nothing but success, Coach. Let's go out and get one.
Thank you.